And this man loses his marbles. He comes up and he goes, "What the fuck is this?" And I was like, okay, I'm busy. I don't care. I'm not gonna play mind games. Hi, hello, welcome. If you want to know why I look like this, it is because I'm filming this after I filmed a New Year's Eve look. Normally I'm not quite this glammed up, so if this is your first time to my channel, just letting you know that. If you have clicked on my video, thank you so much. I hope you stick around. And if you have clicked on my videos and subscribed and stuck around for a little while more, thank you a little bit extra. Today, we're doing a part 2 to my bartender server restaurant horror story ranting thing video. I wanted to do a part 2 to this for a wicked long time, and actually that video, my first video, which I'll link it below, is my most viewed video, and as of right now, I posted that like 8 or 9 months ago, and it had about 1,000 views for a while, and now all of a sudden, like this past month, it's just accumulated so many more views. It's right now up to 3.5, so that's like, what is happening? So I guess good timing. I wanted to do this for a while, so I figured while I'm already in glam and I'm just gonna take this off after, let's like put it to use and film another video. So it is gonna be a rant slash story time kind of thing for anyone who wants to learn about the restaurant industry, like doesn't get, you know, what it's like to work, or for those people who work in it and are like, let me hear what craziness happened to you today. So I'm going to tell 2 stories today. They're both older, not super old, couple years old, and I don't work at this restaurant anymore, so they're pretty wild. And it's just a perfect example of like how crazy people are. And every time I tell these stories, it's just like I can't imagine treating a stranger like that. Only time Why is this your new like thing now? Well, she's gonna hang out with us for a little bit. The amount of rudeness right off the bat that you get being a server or bartender is just, it's a lot. And I feel like a lot of people don't realize how hard we work, and that a lot of us, you know, some people do it their whole lives, and that's totally okay, because there are some people who I know who have degrees, and the job they would be getting with that degree would not pay as much as, you know, typically if you were to just continue serving and bartending. So I feel like people look down on us a lot, but it is a hard job. Not everyone can do it, trust me. It is a very high turnover rate for a reason. And a lot of us are in school. A lot of us are smart, educated, hardworking people that don't deserve your ignorance. But that was a long intro, so let's just get into it. Okay, so this first story, I was working at a restaurant where we did Taco Tuesdays. How original. But whatever. So we did Taco Tuesdays, and I always closed the bar on Taco Tuesdays, and I was usually the only bartender on. Yeah, they always just had one bartender on, so it was really a good night for me. And this night, it was early on in the night, and I had a lot of regulars that came in, so a couple of them came in, and I was getting used to them. And then I saw a new couple that I didn't even recognize from like my years of working there. I was like, oh, maybe it's their first time in. So this guy walks in, and I couldn't tell right away if he was just like messing with me and just trying to be funny. But you know, I said, hi, how are you? How's your day? He was like, long. And I was like, okay, me too, I hear ya. And so then I was like, you know, what do you want to drink? And he was like, I think he said he wanted a steel rail, which is, I'm from Massachusetts, so Berkshire Brewing Company, steel rail is like very popular. So I was like, okay, sure. And I gave him the menu, and I was like, just, you know, it's Taco Tuesday, explained that, and you know, gave him the menu. He goes, psh, how original, Taco Tuesday. And I still didn't know if he was messing with me, because a lot of, you know, not that he was older, he was probably like 30s, 40s, you know, maybe middle-aged, I couldn't quite tell. And a lot of those guys just kind of mess with you and like to make snarky little comments. So I was just like, okay, whatever. I had no idea what I was in for. So I go and I get him his steel rail, and I put it down in front of him, and he goes, what is this? And I was like, oh, you want a steel rail, right? And he goes, yeah, so why is it in a Bud Light glass? And I just kind of was like, well, we don't have steel rail glasses. Sorry, like we have a lot of Bud Light, Shock Top, that kind of stuff. And he was just like, why don't you have steel rail glasses if you're gonna serve steel rail? I was like, this guy's not joking. This is just him. And I forgot to mention that he came alone first. His wife must have been in the bathroom, girlfriend, whoever. And then she joined after the steel rail thing. So now she's joining, and she's wicked nice. And I'm just like, why are you putting up with him, girlfriend? They decided to order tacos, even though he was just, you know, crapping all over it. I forget what she got. I don't think she got the tacos, but he got them, which is like, you just complained about them and that were unoriginal, but sure, I'll get you your tacos. So I don't know if this man hadn't had a taco before, but I bring him out and he was fine after this. I thought he was just maybe a little grumpy and, you know, I wasn't sure yet if he was gonna ruin my night. So I bring out his tacos and he's like, yeah, we're good. His wife, girlfriend, whoever is like, yeah, we're all good. So then I walk away and I go to get a drink ticket and all of a sudden I hear him slam his fist on the bar and like push his plate, and tacos come in like a little metal tray thing like this, you know what I'm talking about? So that flung, and luckily it didn't go off the bar, it stayed on the plate. Between that and the metal thing moving, I was like, what the? So I turn around, I'm like, hey, like what's wrong? You know, are these the wrong tacos? Like, I'm sorry, did I get your order wrong? And he was just like, they're cold. And I was like, okay, I'm just gonna say I did take them right from the cook as he finished handing them to me, but we can put the meat back on the grill. He was like, the whole thing's cold. And I was like, well, the chicken tacos are like, you know, grilled chicken, and then there's lettuce, tomatoes, like that stuff is served cold, so it's only gonna be so hot unless you want me to like heat up the whole thing. And he's like, yeah, come on, what kind of place is this that serves cold food? And at this point, the owner is like in the corner. So he comes over, and this guy too, by the way, is easily 6'2", easily, you know, like a big heavy set guy. Like, I did not want to mess with him. Like, 5 foot tall me was just like, I'm just gonna walk behind the bar. So the kitchen manager and the owner come out, and this man loses his marbles. He goes off. He's like, what kind of place is this? And to my owner, like, he was in his face, and he was just like, what kind of place is this? Like, who are you to own this place? How are you proud of your establishment? Like, completely annihilating the owner and the kitchen manager, who came out and was like, what the heck is going on? And trying to explain to him, like, look, lettuce is cold. Do you want warm lettuce? No, normally people don't, so I'm sorry, but if that's what you want, I will get it for you. And his wife is literally just sitting there. She was eating soup, I remember. She was literally just sitting there just like, as if this was normal. I'm like, you poor woman. But also, girl, you put up with this, so I don't really feel that bad for you. But anyway, so he goes off, and I'm trying to like diffuse the situation a little bit, but I also just have like, at this point I'm busy, so I have other people to tend to, and all my bar guests are just looking at me like, I'm so sorry. I'm just trying to get myself situated, and he's, you know, refusing to pay. At this point, we're like, can you just leave? Like, we don't want you here anymore. You're not welcome if you're gonna insult us like this. You know, we would just like you to leave. And he was just like, are you gonna make me pay my bill? And we're like, no, we don't want your money. Like, that's kind of what they said. And he was just like, who are you? Do you think I don't have money? Do you think I'm poor? Are you like, you know, you think that I can't afford some tacos? And we're like, oh my God, man. Like, I don't know what happened to him this day. I never saw him again after this, so I don't know if this is his first time in or not, but I never saw him after that. And I don't know if this is normal behavior for him because his girlfriend or whoever was so like chill about it. It was a mess, and it's just shocking like how they acted. So yeah, that's that story. The second story is at the same restaurant, and I was bartending on a Sunday morning, afternoon, you know, lunch shift. So it was Sunday football. So a lot of people think that those shifts are like really, really good money. They're decent money, but people are sitting there. So yeah, you get a crowd for sure, but there's no turnover. So, and the reason I'm saying that is because I was the only bartender on. Typically you'd think, oh, why wouldn't they schedule another one? But you really only need one. You only get slammed for like an hour, and then you have the same crowd the whole time. You know what I mean? There's no turnover. Once they're done with their food, you know, they're just drinking and stuff. So, but when when that crowd hits, you know, my servers know that I'm gonna be pretty busy, and you know, everyone can kind of tell that, you know, drinks are going to take a little bit. So for the tables anyway, because the bar guests are, you know, my first priority, and I do a couple tickets in between some bar guests, you know, you get it. So I don't remember what game this was, but we're from Mass, like I said, Pats were playing, okay? So it was busy, and you know, my bar filled up, and the servers were getting a few tables, and one of the servers was newer to serving, and she wasn't totally sure about the liquor laws. In Massachusetts, it's just a little tricky because everything's tricky in Massachusetts. So basically she didn't know if this table was over ordering. So they got around to shots, and then they all got beers, which is okay. You can have a drink and a shot. You can have like a beer and a shot, but you can't have a double drink and a shot, because that's 3 beverages. So you can only have like 2 beverages at a time if one is like a shot, if that makes sense. So like you couldn't have a beer and a wine, okay? But you can have a beer and a shot, a single Captain and Coke and a shot of tequila, whatever you want, something like that. And you know, we're a small business, we're a family-owned business. Corporate restaurants are even worse, you know, they don't want to risk anything losing their liquor license, so just respect the law, you know? So anyway, this server was newer to serving. She'd worked there for a while, but she was newer to serving. And she came over and she said, this woman wants a bottle of wine. And I was like, okay, how many people are at the table? She's like, just she wants a bottle of wine. And I was like, I don't know where that's legal, but I was like, you can't have a bottle of wine to yourself. Didn't I also just pour you 4 shots and 4 beers for that table? She was like, yeah. I was like, okay, here's what you can do. Just give them, you know, tell them that at least 2 people have to be drinking the wine, you know, go over, bring 2 glasses over, 2 wine glasses, say, you know, 2 of you have to drink the wine, so who wants the second glass of wine? Basically, you know, a way of cheating the system. The other person doesn't really have to drink it, but you get what I mean. As long as, you know, they're splitting it. I can't give a bottle of wine to one person. So I was like, please tell them, you know, that I just got slammed, you know, everyone just got here for the game, so bring them the wine glasses and I'll be over in a minute so that I can open the wine bottle for them at the table, which is what we do, because she wasn't really comfortable opening the bottle of wine at the table. So I was like, just tell them that and I'll be over there 5 minutes max. They had their beers, they had their shots, so they should have been okay. And I have people who just sat down who don't have any drinks yet. So then one of the guys comes up from the table. This table is 2 like middle-aged-ish couples, so they're not young, they're not old, but they should know better. He comes up and he goes, hey, are we gonna get our wine? And I was like, oh yeah, I'm so sorry, I truly just got like 2 more people to take care of really, really fast and then I'll be over, no worries. And he was like, okay, and was just kind of like, whatever. So then I go over, they wanted a bottle of red, I believe, I don't remember what kind, but so I bring over the wine, I open it to the table, and then one of the women was like, hey, these wine glasses are dirty, like they have stains on them. And I looked at them and I was like, oh, I'm so sorry, those are water stains, which people don't understand that concept, which I kind of understand if you don't work in a place where, you know, things are being washed constantly, silverware, glasses, stuff like that. They literally get water stains, like they are not dirty. And if I can, I always run my bar glasses twice just to make sure, especially wine, because you get like lipstick stains and stuff. But these glasses weren't polished, which, you know, the server should have looked, but it wasn't a big deal at all. I've done it plenty of times myself. When you're rushing, you're just like, here's 2 wine glasses, you know? So I was like, I'm so sorry, let me get you 2 new wine glasses. And they were like, actually, we'll just drink out of plastic cups. And I was like, are you sure? Like, because I have plastic cups back there, but it's no problem for me to just get you 2 more glasses of wine, or two more new wine glasses. And they're like, yeah, we don't trust the wine glasses, we just want plastic cups. So I was like, okay. And at this point, I was just clearly frustrated, but I was trying to still be nice at this point. And then one of the owners of the restaurant sits down at the bar at this point too, which comes into play later. He was just, you know, eating his lunch, enjoying the game as well, just like everyone else. So that ended up being very important later on. So I go and like I said, I'm busy. So dealing with these like complaints was just frustrating, so I don't really say much. I literally grab 2 plastic cups, because whenever we do get super busy, or Friday night, you know, we start using plastic cups just to eliminate, you know, glasses dropping and to eliminate how many glasses we have to wash and everything. So I bring 2 plastic cups and I drop on the table, smile, and walk away. And when I tell you, the first man that came up initially, he comes charging after me. I got nervous. I was like, oh my God, what is this man doing? He charges after me and he comes to like the end of the bar and the owner's sitting right here. So I walk in this way, the owner's sitting here just watching, waiting for his moment. He comes up and he goes, what the fuck is this? And I was like, sir, you asked for plastic cups. And he goes, are you kidding me? You should have hand washed those glasses. We should have hand washed them and get the stains off of them. That's disgusting. What kind of place do you think this is, where you're gonna drink wine out of plastic cups? And I was just like, because if you work in a restaurant, you also know that plenty of people like to drink out of plastic cups and like to use to-go silverware, because they don't like using silverware and glasses that have been used by hundreds of people, which is kind of annoying, but like I get it to an extent. So when I asked you twice and said, are you sure? Okay, I'm busy, I don't care, I'm not gonna play mind games. I'm not gonna know that that's actually what you wanted was for me to hand wash them in front of you when I have a full bar and way more polite people that I would actually do that for if they asked, and not just thought of and expected. He was like, what kind of bartender are you? I can't believe you do that. You just insulted us. You're a disgrace. Like, totally like just annihilating me. And I'm kind of just looking at him. I'm almost laughing because I'm just like, what is going on? And I'm pouring beers, like I have tickets, I'm so busy. I was like, I'm so sorry, I'm really busy. Once I pour these beers, I'll get you some new wine glasses, okay? And I, at that point, like, you know, I wasn't being super nice. I was like, okay, fine, like, I'll just, please give me a second and I'll fix the problem. But I'm sorry, I didn't realize that's what you wanted because you completely told me something else. So can you just be upfront with me next time? That's what I said, which, you know, is a little pushy, but like, I'm getting so heated telling the story because this was ridiculous. So then finally the owner steps in, and this owner is a tall guy, so, you know, lucky. So he was just like, what's your problem? And like, the guy is like, she's my problem. I can't believe this place. We come here all the time and it's never like this. This service has been so awful, blah, 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 blah. And I'm kind of just like watching from afar. He's handling it now. And basically it just escalated. Like, this guy was about to fight the other guy. Like, the enraged guy is about to fight the owner. And like, they went into the lobby and were screaming at each other. Everyone saw, and everyone's just kind of looking at me. And I was so flustered because I was so behind now. I had like probably 5 service tickets. I had like 3 groups of people that I hadn't even gotten to greet yet. And I was just saying, like, I'm so sorry, I'll be right with you. Like, and clearly they knew what was happening. And everyone's like, it's okay, it's okay. And this guy truly like threatened to hit the owner, and he was like, please do it. There are cameras everywhere. Basically at this point, we comped most of their check, but the owner kind of wanted to get a little bit something out of this guy for a reason I will explain in just a second. So, and he was refusing. He's like, we're absolutely not paying for anything, even though they already had taken those 4 shots and drank all those and drank a whole round of beers. We were taking the wine off. We're like, you have to pay for what you consumed, basically, especially for treating my staff this way. So he refuses. They walk out, which whatever, and he's just like swearing this and that. And then the owner later on tells me that that guy is like, I don't know his title, but like someone in the government, like in our town, holds a position, and the woman who was complaining was his mistress that he just took out like all the time. And it just blew my mind. That was one of the wildest things. It was a horrible shift because he put me so behind by like screaming at me and making me make all these trips back and forth to the table that really weren't necessary in the first place. And it was just absurd. So let alone anyone treating a stranger, someone like that just because, but also when you hold like a rank, I guess you could say, I was shocked. I was just like, oh my God, who does this guy think he is? Clearly he thinks he's untouchable. But yeah, so those are my 2 stories for today. I have so many more. I would love to make a part 3 to this series. So if you guys want to see a part 3, please give this video a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't already, especially for more videos like this. Or if you want, you know, some makeup looks, I'll link this look too down below. I don't know if I said that already. But yeah, all right, I gotta calm down. I'm all heated now, so I gotta go relax. But I hope you enjoyed me explaining how horribly people have treated me. Thank you so much for watching. I hope none of you ever have these experiences again. Please be nice to your wait staff. I promise they're not that bad. They're good people. And I hope I see you in my next video. Bye, guys.